This is RadioOnFire.com. Yours truly, Diamond K. I am here daily, 7 p.m., kicking things off. I got a special guest in the building. I'm going to let you go ahead and introduce yourself.
What's going on? This is Emory Forbes. Yeah, that's all I got.
Okay. Emory Forbes in the building. Rapper,
Correct.
entertainer.
Correct.
Right?
All those things.
You're from where? Where you from?
I'm from Baltimore. I moved here when I was 10. I guess I lived over the west side, West side of Baltimore. That's all I got.
All right. That's so like when you go out of town, you claim Baltimore?
Yeah. Okay.
You
know, plus it helps my persona,
Definitely, because people say the wire.
Right. They think I'm tough.
Yeah.
False.
It works. It works. So like, let's talk a little about your childhood. This was like, what kind of upbringing would you say you had?
I come from like a upper middle class family, you know what I'm saying? Pretty good. I love my father, love my mother. And
they love you.
Wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here. So, I wouldn't say it was too tough. Mainly it was more about being comfortable in my own skin, because like I was from Harford County. Then I moved to like White Lock, and it was like, oh shit.
That's a shift.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I just had to figure out where, I fit in the world. So
would you say that your parents were like musical?
My mom can sing her ass off, like Whitney Houston type.
Okay. Official.
Yeah, my dad, he had swag. So I think I just mixed the two together and figured out me.
How did you decide that you wanted to become a rapper?
I was 11, and my brother brought me in a room and told me to freestyle. And then, of course, I was probably terrible. But you remember Rockefeller.com? They used to have instrumentals playing as soon as you open the homepage.
Yeah.
And I would just come home every day and freestyle all day, all night. Until my sister and brother try to kick my ass because they didn't want to hear that shit no more.
Like off the top?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Most definitely.
Okay. So like what type of beats? Like what type of beats were you gravitating to?
You talking about back then or
now?
now?
Back then.
Back then it was anything Eminem related, 50 Cent related, Jay-Z, just all my idols, all them people.
Okay.
So East Coast sound, I guess.
Okay. All right. And so, at that early age, is that when you started to take it serious, or when did you start to take it serious as I can do this?
I mean, I didn't think I could do it until 19. I always wanted to do it, and I always said I would. It got to a point where once I really, started writing, there was no more school. You know what I'm saying? There wasn't no notes being written in them books. I started failing and all that. So I say probably 14 is when, I just took it real serious. But 19, I moved to California. I was in the Air Force out there. And that's when, I was meeting different people. And that's when I thought I could really achieve something.
Yeah. Like, did you do talent shows and that type of vibe? Or
well, back then I was just battling. So like, I mean, I'm not really a battle rapper, but if there's a cypher going on, I was definitely going to get in it. So that was more my thing. And somebody heard me, and then I was down to LA all the time thinking I was going to do something. But you know how life works. Stuff don't work out.
Let's talk about your first release.
Live from the Bottom.
What was the motivation behind that?
Live from the Bottom. I was getting released from the military. And, everybody thinks that you can't do nothing because you haven't done it. And, and that was just, I'm at the bottom of the totem pole, but I'm about to, express everything that's going on with me. That's basically what Live from the Bottom was. And it went pretty well, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. And so how, I guess the internet has been big for you.
Yes.
Been able to, get your music out there, get your sound out there. Some people don't like the internet for music. I would say probably maybe like the older artists probably don't. Mm-hmm. Younger artists do. Like, well, where do you fit in with the internet and the whole digital thing?
I need to move away from it because I'm learning that the internet is cool. And if you know how to navigate it and all that stuff, do your thing because it's possible to go from one hit to a million in a day.
Right.
But at the end of the day, people want to see you. They
Definitely.
want to see you. They want to know you. They want, even if they don't want to hear your music, if they see you 5 times, they're going to hear it eventually. But it's easy to scroll past your music on the internet. So I'm working on getting out, being more hands on.
Do you consider yourself to be a shy person?
Yeah, most definitely. But I'm working on it. I'm definitely working on it.
So like, you still get stage fright?
No. Well, you give, I mean, I got bubbles before this started. So I mean, I wouldn't say it's stage fright because once it's on, it's over.
Is there a difference between Emory Forbes, the rapper, and who you are in your regular life?
Not anymore. I would say I was making more aggressive, uh crazy type music for a long period of time. And it took me a while to be able to express me and make me feel like I'm interesting. So once I kind of found that middle ground, which is where I'm at now, no, I think we're actually the same person, and it's kind of fun to see that little equilibrium, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As far as now, who do you listen to? Like, what do you listen to aside from yourself?
hmm I do that a lot.
Yeah, who you listen to?
I mean, mainly you always got your three-headed beast, which is Drake, Kendrick, and Cole. I like Chance. I like this guy Oswin Benjamin. He's gonna be a problem when he gets on. But I mainly listen to my competition, and I think that's Drake, Kendrick, and Cole. So
That's good. That's a good good class right there. Good company to be in. So why did Meek lose the battle with Drake?
timing, that's first. He waited way too long. He should have came back right after Charged Up. Then he would have been one up. Instead, he let him. He didn't respond. Then he came. Then he came back with the back to back, which those 4 bars are classic. Um, and I don't know what the hell he did that song. Want to know? I mean, no offense to him because I was rooting for him, and I think Nicki has a lot to do with it. I think she stopped him from making the track.
Because of her personal relationship with Drake.
Yep, and Drake didn't care.
So she got him to pull his punches back, and Drake pulled no punches.
That's an assumption.
Yeah, I mean, I
don't
think,
know.
but you might be right. You might be right, or at least got him to hesitate,
Right?
Kind of ignore him. I got you there. I'm gonna take you back for a second. 50 Cent and Kanye.
Mm-hmm.
Who won that? They had like a little spat.
It was only thing I remember out of that was if Kanye outsells 50 Cent, then 50 Cent was going to retire.
Yeah.
Kanye outsold 50 Cent, so he must have won that.
Yeah. Well, he if I remember correctly, 50 said that domestically he outsold him, but worldwide he didn't, and that's how he kind of squeezed out of that.
What that mean?
Well, I mean, I'm just that's how he squeezed out of that. Jay-Z and Nas, who won that battle?
If you go listen to it again and listen to Blueprint 2, the one that's on the Blueprint 2.
The double disc.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you go listen to that song Blueprint 2, Jay-Z won the battle. But it's another timing thing. That was a year after the beef. So if we're going to take over versus Ether, I'll go Ether.
Yeah. So, and I've had this conversation with people a lot. So you don't say that Jay-Z won from the standpoint of signing Nas, like that wasn't like checkmate. I mean, Ether was better than Takeover.
Right.
But yeah, so
I mean, I'd say who won the war?
Okay.
Is Jay-Z.
Okay.
But the battle is different. The battle was Nas. But when you have one hot album every 10-year average or two hot albums every 10-year average, you're not going to be somebody who drops a hot album every year. No disrespect. I love Nas. Oh, my
Yeah,
God.
me too. Biggie and Pop.
I mean, Biggie didn't really diss him. I mean, he did, you know what I'm saying? That Long Kiss. And we don't even know if Who Shot You was.
I was gonna say, what about
we
Who
don't
Shot
even know if that's a diss record.
How
Technically, they declined
How can it not be a diss record?
Technically, they said that's not a diss record. I'm gonna take everybody's word for their word,
Yeah.
If that is a diss record, if we counting that, then Biggie won. But I mean, Pop did his thing, Hit 'Em Up is classic. So he went at the whole East Coast. What's your opinion on that?
Yeah, I mean, I thought that because I think Pac won from the standpoint of, to me, trying to play the big person, kind of, I'm not going to say nothing type of thing. I think works in some scenarios, but it doesn't always work. Jay-Z does it. Kind of, I ain't gonna say nothing. And then kind of when their guard is down, then he comes with something. He does that a lot. But I think that with music, I think if the person's on your same tier,
right,
like y'all are peers, I think you gotta address it if it's rap.
And that's my opinion.
Yeah, I think you gotta address it. Now, of course, if it's somebody you can clearly see they just trying to come up, that's something different. But that's how I feel about that.
Yeah, honestly, nobody won because two great artists.
Yeah,
lost their life.
Yeah,
so.
the fans lost there. We were talking a little bit about you kind of referenced Tupac a little bit. As far as rapper, Biggie, Tupac, who was a better rapper?
Biggie, no doubt.
Why you say that?
No question.
Why you say that?
You ever heard Everyday Struggle?
Absolutely.
I mean, no doubt. I love Pop, but for some reason, he's the only artist where I can say that his singles were better than like the songs on his album, which is weird to me because he's made some inspirational music and definitely music that can change somebody's life. But if we're talking bar for bar, I gotta go Biggie.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I had this conversation yesterday with a guest, and I was talking about the really, really good to great MCs. 9 times out of 10, what stops them from being the total package is their inability to pick proper beats.
Right.
So like a Jadakiss, I think it is a good to great lyricist. But I always thought his beat selection was not where it needed to be. And I didn't think Eminem always picked good beats. Why do you think it is that a lot, you will have songs, hit songs, the lyrics are not good, but the track's good, the hook's good, it's a hit. And then you have a good to great MC, but his beats are not good. And so the song doesn't necessarily go the way that it should go as far as being accepted. Like, why is it that disconnect there, do you think?
You have to learn to say what you want to say on a beat that may not allow you to say what you want to say. You can't, it's hard to rap like Jadakiss on a Waka Flocka beat. You know what I'm saying? So it's difficult. It's going to make the song worse if he raps like him. But if he gives a piece of him and a piece of Waka in the sense that this is how you ride this type of beat, then that's how it happens. But it's hard for people to adjust. So that's kind of where the disconnect is. I think we're finding it out on songs like We Gonna Be All Right or Money Trees. Like there's a lot of artists. Drake can put lyrics inside of, maybe a more pop track type. So yeah, we're working on it.
How do you do your beat selection?
I just use the internet and I listen to the beats, and if I can think of a hook in my head, then the lyrics are going to write themselves.
So you pick the beat first, and then you write to the beat. Then you write to the beat. So you don't take a song that you already have and then say I'm gonna find a beat to go with this.
No, because I gotta flow exactly where the pockets are. I gotta know exactly how I'm gonna say it. And more power to you if you can write without a beat and say it correctly. But I gotta be on it. I want to make sure that everything I'm saying is for this specific track.
Understood. Being here in Baltimore, I've been here most of my life. I've lived in Atlanta for many years as well. How good or bad has it been being here as far as the music scene here in Baltimore?
I'm not going to say anything about it because as much as I feel like slighted because I think very highly of my music, I also wasn't out in Baltimore trying to do the things that every other artist is doing. But from what I hear, there's a lot of turmoil and a lot of people trying to get on. It's a city full of rappers. Yeah. So it's hard to get fans in a city full of rappers because they're trying to get fans. But from what I see, Mully Man, Boss Man, and now, you got Tate and, Damon Blue and then, of course, Los. So it's definitely hitting a turning point where things are getting out past here. And I've heard some, 92Q. I know people were having problems getting played on there, but nowadays I do hear more Baltimore artists on there. So,
and I think they're making more quality music.
True.
Yeah.
So I think it's a new day. 2016. We'll see where 17 goes.
Yeah. Okay. Let's have some barbershop talk.
Oh man.
Top 5. Who's your top 5?
You gonna kill me. I'm gonna go Eminem, Jay-Z, Nas. I'm going to go to damn, I can't put Andre 3K in there no more. Big Pun, and my number 1, which is why you're gonna kill me, Kendrick Lamar. I think he's the best rapper of all time.
Oh snap!
Yeah.
Wow. Why do you say that? Right now,
of all time at this point.
Okay.
If he got shot tomorrow, God forbid.
You put Kendrick over Drake.
I mean, no offense to Drake.
Sure, no problem.
Man, I say no offense a lot, but Drake is cool.
Okay.
He's a great rapper, but you can't do the things that Kendrick can do, and he's able to put a message behind a melody, behind lyrics, behind a dope beat.
He does that. That's the gift, and it doesn't happen enough. Because he's able to, like you say, he's able to make songs with messages, videos with messages, but kind of, he does it with a style that is cool to hit a message. He doesn't do a lot of interviews. He's kind of,
standoffish.
Yeah. He's kind of, I think that hurts him. I think that in this day and age, you have to, you got to be more accessible. You got to talk more. And I think he could reach more people because a lot of people feel like you feel. Mm-hmm. I don't, because I think he's not the total package. He's up there though.
What he miss?
Charisma.
Okay.
Charisma is big. I think lack of charisma has hurt Jay-Z over the years because he just recently started doing a better show. If you go back to first album, second album, mm-hmm. his stage shows sucked. Mm. His stage presence wasn't good. He's just kind of walking back and forth, just kind of, you know what I mean? Just the regular rapper thing.
Right.
But he was making those records. Do you consider yourself to be charismatic?
I wish I could say yes, because that would sound so much better.
You got a dry sense of humor though. you definitely got a dry sense of humor.
No, man, I'm not charismatic. I'm working on it though, because that's one of those things that you're gonna have to develop over time,
Yeah.
So most definitely, I'm gonna work on it, but I wouldn't call myself that.
Yeah. So like your stage show, or better yet, somebody who has never seen or heard your music,
Right.
how would you describe Emory Forbes to them?
It's so difficult because they want you to say a name. They want you to say, I sound like Kendrick or I sound like Cole. But honestly, I sound like Emory Forbes. And Emory Forbes sounds like a lot of people. I do singing. I got trap music. I got, hip hop, East Coast type hip hop. It's so hard to describe me. I just want you to listen.
So you're not gonna fall for the put me in a box trick that a lot of people try to do.
I want to. I'm supposed to. That's what people tell me to do.
Yeah.
I just don't listen well.
So as far as your new release, let's talk a little bit about that.
Hell if I know. Hashtag that.
Yeah, that's I was saying that because we do a read here about the Emory Forbes experience, and a guest was like, "That's a hell of an album title." What made you call it that?
It was actually the first release I was supposed to do in 2010, and it was like, "What you gonna call it?" Hell if I know, and I just really brought it back because it kind of describes what I'm doing with it. I don't know how to get this out there. I don't even know what's going to be on it. But if it do something, how'd it happen? Hell if I know, and that's just real. I'm a simple man with a simple plan.
Yeah. So the project, is that the album cover?
Yeah.
So what is the meaning behind that?
The album cover?
Yeah.
Hell if I know. Listen, everything besides
that's the whole concept.
The whole concept. And that's because I did I got some songs played on Sway in the Morning. And so many people hit me up. I was like, man, I gotta put this out right now. But what it's gonna do, hell if I know. It was just 4 random tracks that I personally enjoy. And we'll see how it go.
How did that whole thing happen?
I sent them an email. And I listen to it every day because I'm a truck driver. So they called me the day of and said, we're going to play your music at 11. And it got great responses. And thank you to the Sway in the Morning team. And that was a good experience. Absolutely. Probably my best, and gave me a little bit more faith in myself than I had. That's good. So we got to have those, and you got to celebrate those victories along the way. I think a lot of times you just kind of like dig your feet in the sand and just move forward and don't take time to really, celebrate milestones. And that definitely is a milestone. Speaking of milestones, you have the Emory Forbes experience coming up this Saturday. As we're recording this June 25th, brand new venue. Yeah. 2260 Cecil Avenue, Warehouse 2260, Baltimore, Maryland. Come out.
Yeah, so like I said, it's a new venue.
Mm-hmm.
What made you select this location?
Man, can I go back to hell if I know?
Sure.
No, seriously, like I don't know, man. We found a place, and we was gonna do a show. We set out to do it. We gonna see how it's gonna go. I don't know how it's gonna go, but I tell you what, the music's gonna be good, and I'm gonna do the best I can in my performance. And we gonna show out. It's gonna
you got some other performers.
Yep, we're gonna have Peso there. We're gonna have Henny the Stoner, and they gonna bring the Stoner crew out.
Okay.
Got my man Ira from Ira Nation, Ernest Peso, and my man Griff as well from Morphine Dreaming. So good time, good music.
Right. Music's gonna be by DJ Dynasty.
Correct.
Sugar Mama's gonna be the host.
Correct.
Tickets at eventbrite.com. Now, so let's talk about the download card thing.
Right.
Like what? That's another. Some people don't even understand the download concept. I think.
I don't know how to explain it to them.
Well, I guess let's talk about. So you have a download card. If they have the download card,
correct. Well, it's going to be if you buy the download card, it's going to be $15.
Right.
And if you buy that gives you access to the open bar. It's going to be Ciroc, Henny, Patron, all that good stuff. And basically, it just gives you access to download my new CD.
Right.
It's going to be hell if I know with a few more tracks.
Right. So I like that. It's a good concept. And you keep going back to Hell if I know. Which is like your go-to answer. I like that. You said it like 3 times, so I know I'm gonna be saying that.
Well, hopefully they do too.
Yeah.
Hell if I know.
Right. What as far as social media, how can people stay in touch with you and keep up with all you have going on?
I am at Emory Forbes, Emory Forbes, like the list, at everything: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, everything. And definitely follow my YouTube because I put out a new song every Friday. It's called Forbes Friday. So definitely follow that.
Let's go back a little bit. You touched on a little. As far as your versatility with the style of music that you do, do you like doing originals or do you like tackling something that's like whatever a current song is?
Nowadays I do original. I just don't have that don't give me no ambition to write to it. They did what they did and I'm gonna do what I do. So I do originals.
So as far as features and all that kind of stuff, how can people
Emory Forbes at gmail.com for any inquiries, beat submissions, features, whatever you want to do. I'm always open and willing, and just hit me up.
Your team, you have a team.
Correct.
That's you moving with. Anybody you want to shout out?
Yes, my Vative family. That's also going to be performing, which is Peso and Our Nation. And at Peso Music, get Peso Music. He definitely has a website and he's selling his beats. And Morphine Dreaming as well, which is my homie Griff, who's going to be performing. And that's definitely my team. And shout out to DJ Aries. That's my management.
Very good. Very good. All right. So of course I'm going to see you this Saturday.
Correct.
And like I said, Sugar Mama's going to be in the building. I'm going to be in the building. I hope you don't mind. We're going to have some cameras with us.
Oh, please, please. And give me the footage.
Yeah, absolutely.
I need to look good in it.
Yeah. So you're going to be touching the stage.
Yeah.
A lot of performances. What does the rest of this year look like for you? What do you have planned?
Hell if I know. No, seriously though. I am setting myself up for next year. I'm going to take this EP as far as I can. And in March of 2017, I'm trying to set up a US tour. I don't know how far it's going to go and I don't know where I can get. But I'm going to get there and I'm going to go somewhere, And that's basically what this year is all about, setting up for next year.
Well, I have some good contacts in ATL, Detroit, and Philly.
Yo,
so
please
I could
slide them over.
I definitely have that. So once again, the EP, Hell if I Know.
Hell if I know.
Available for download.
Right now it's streaming on SoundCloud.
Okay.
I will have it available for download though.
All right.
Just keep checking.
And again, everything, Emory Forbes.
Everything.
Very, very easy. Thanks for coming through. Anything else you want to say before we get out of here?
No, man. Thank y'all for listening. I hope y'all come out to the show. Like I said, 2260 Cecil Avenue from 4 to 8. It's free admission, 21 and over event. And I appreciate it.
Right. Emory Forbes experience, definitely. Thank you one time for Emory Forbes coming through.